Hey, what is going on there, boob tube? Okay, so we are porting over the elephant clown cosmetic as well as the new Fang cosmetic into Unity here. Let me just make sure I have a few things set up here. Give me just 2 seconds. Sorry, I'm texting our dudes in the Discord. So apparently, the from what Anime Art's telling me from our Discord is that the Tome 2 might be delayed until January 21st. I don't know how true that is. He's gotten it from Polyester's stream. Typically, when we have PTB, it usually never, the update doesn't usually come out until a week to 2 weeks after PTB is released. So we may see it next Tuesday. We may see it 2 weeks from now on the following Tuesday. You just never know. My guess is that we won't have confirmation until we get the CDN leaks. I have access to the CDN. I'm like retarded. I don't know how to properly use it all the time, so I may have to rely on Dark 5 to do that for us. He's usually our top little leaker that we have there. He usually gives us the information from the CDN, and then I just kind of review it and go over it. So let's see here. But yeah, the CDN would definitely be what you'd want to look at. In terms of definite confirmation, because they give you the actual leaks that you need. For us, he's usually our I don't like. Top little leaker I don't like listening to my own voice. Sorry, I use my own YouTube to look at the stream. Israel Gomez, how's it going? Okay, sorry, I have a huge headache right now. So I started burning my candles, my totem candles. It's been a long time since I've done that, so if you see a fire in the background, the hell? My cat's being retarded. If you see that the candles are burning there, pay no attention to those. I just hope it doesn't catch on fire. Actually, I'm going to double check just to make sure it's safe to do this. I just wanted to be a little creative for the stream tonight, so it's not too boring to look at in the background. It smells like it's kind of burning, so I just want to double check it. No, we look like we're pretty good. I think what I'm smelling, honestly, is these candles haven't been lit in a long time, so there's quite a lot of hair and other fucking debris and shit that's stuck in those candles, so it's just singeing away all those nasty skin particles and whatnot. Okay, so we're going to be basically porting over the Elephant and Fang cosmetic into Unity. I thought I'd do this for a lot of the VR chat users. I will be porting it over to my map as well as any updates that I haven't already done. I'm going to try my best to also just completely rig up the clown and give him his weapon animations and all that. So we're probably looking at about a 2-hour stream tonight. From 9 to probably 11 maybe. So yeah. Let me make sure everything's set up here though. Camera looks good. Yeah, okay, we look good. Okay, so to port him over, obviously we got to use UModel, and I got to see what it is I really need to port over. Hex broadcast burn house down online by lighting a fake totem that I creatively made. Yes, that would be very unfortunate, wouldn't it? Actually, it's a little warm in here. I'm actually going to probably turn on the fan, which probably isn't smart to do with candles, but Hex broadcast. Okay. I mean, I'm basically doing a memento mori to Hex Ruin because, it got nerfed, right? So what better way to pay tribute to it than to light my totem? Hell, those fucking flames are going haywire. If anything, it'll probably just blow them out. Okay, so obviously if we're going to port over to the clown one first and rig him up first, we're obviously going to need the Guam ones, which I may have to boot up PTB really quick to see what skin it is that, well, you know what, actually I may not have to do that. Let me see. That's probably going to be outfit 010. Okay, so he does have a head skin. Let's take a look at that really quick. Head 010. Let me just boot up Dead by Daylight really quick because I need to actually see what the cosmetic looks like in terms of the head. So we're just going to boot that up really quick and take a quick gander there. That was very creative. I'm going to burn down the house using my hex. Let me turn one of those candles around, actually. There we go. Hell yeah. Gotta pay that tribute, man. I don't know how well display capture is going to capture Dead by Daylight because I'm not using a game capture as it boots up. So, I mean, I'm not really going to play a game. I just need to see what the cosmetic looks like. So, gives me a really quick general idea of what it is that I'm going to be dealing with. Oh, it's taking quite a while to boot up. It's probably because I was just playing a shit ton of Red Dead, so my computer's still fucking exhausted. Game is like pretty goddamn taxing. Then again, this game always takes a long time to boot up. I don't know what it is, but each update just gets that much worse. Alright, man, any day now. Come on, you can do it. There you go. There you go. You can do it. Keep chugging. Keep chugging. Yeah, honestly, I get that issue with my computer. I think it's probably just my hardware. I don't know why it does that, but sometimes, like, if I'm playing a really taxing game and then I go to, like, Dead by Daylight, it gets really choppy like you're seeing right here, which it never does, unless I'm playing a very taxing game. So, this is going to be very painful, but, let's just, deal with it for a second. Sometimes it goes away too if I just kind of give it some time. So I think the only way I'm going to be able to see the new clown cosmetic is actually if I go into the rift here. Let's see here. Mainly the head is what I really need to be looking at. Okay, so is he not going to show up, or... Really? I can't view the new clown cosmetics? What is this shit? I don't know if I'm just having a really bad time right now with loading some of these, or what's going on, honestly. So charms are loading up like no problem, so. Yeah, that's probably why. They're probably getting ready to use more slowdown perks, so that's probably why they had to nerf Ruin to kind of balance out the new ones that are probably going to be coming out with the next killer. That's a good point. I don't know why I can't... I mean, it's getting a little bit faster now, so... There we go, now I can see the new cosmetics. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Dead by Daylight. It's being really stupid now. I'm able to see them. Okay, so what I'm getting out of this is the head under here is using just his default outfit head, which is that blue mouth, pretty much the default skin, as I'm looking at it right now. Okay, so his ears flop, so we're going to have to add that into maybe dynamic bones probably for Unity. So obviously the nose moves, the ears move. I think the tongue moves too. Yeah, the tongue moves as well. What about his actual body? Yeah, I need to see his body. What moves on here? Other than the rip in his ass there, that moves. I think that's it. What's the name of his little dagger that it comes with, though? Mr. Puddles? I don't know if that's part of the same cosmetic. It might be. So this is Puddle Maker. So the knife is called Puddle Maker. But is that actually the cosmetic name? Yep. Okay, so this, I'm going to take a picture of this before I forget what it's called. So it's called Puddle Maker. The reason why I get the names of these is, the reason why I get the names of these is because when I actually make the cosmetic, then I know what to call it. So the outfit is called Mr. Puddles, and then the knife is called Puddle Maker. So I'm going to be labeling that as such in Blender when I actually port them over. Same goes for the new Fang Min cosmetic, which I think is this one. Yeah, it's this one that I'm going to be porting over. So the mouth moves. If anything, actually, I might be able to make this mask actually wearable on the Unity version. I don't know if that's something you guys probably want or if you just want it default, but I could probably rip this mask to actually be a wearable mask too by a trigger. That depends on how detailed underneath the mask is in terms of her hair. If her hair is completely like cut off, just because to save time and resources, I may not have to, or I may not be able to do that. But I need to see. Sorry, what is that cosmetic name? So it's called Demon Slayer. So I'm going to take another picture of that, so I know what this cosmetic is called. So the outfit cosmetic name for the new Fang Min cosmetic that I'm going to be porting over is called Demon Slayer. And I think this is, yeah, part of it. Oh, that is really cool. I gotta say, for a community cosmetic, that's actually really impressive. So this little backpack, I think the tongue moves, and this weird little, whatever the hell that is, moves. Let me check out her pants here, if there's anything that's attached to it that moves. These little charms, it looks like those move, and they probably attach to it too. So there's a lot that's going on with this cosmetic that I'm gonna have to rip manually, but I got everything that I need, so I don't need Dead by Daylight anymore. I just needed to see what moves on the cosmetic and what the cosmetic names were gonna be called. So let me go back to chat really quick, so I'm kind of just really paying attention here onto what I need to do. Hey Scuba Steve, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. You're always welcome here. Jiggly Belly. Oh yeah, Jiggly Belly. Can't forget Jiggly Belly. Gotta add those jiggle physics in Unity. Yeah, no problem, man. I know Polly's probably playing PTB. Me, specifically, I'm just gonna be porting over the new Clown cosmetic, so, as well as the new Fang cosmetic. So, no worries. It's being really stupid. Okay. We're going to basically export all the textures that I need for this. So I'm going to need every single one of these, except for height maps. Height maps I don't really need to deal with, so I may delete those. So this is the new knife that'll be coming with Clown. So this one's called Mr. Puddles, or I think it's called Puddle Maker. So we're going to be exporting that. I think we're going to be using just the basic head, I think, for this one. Yeah, we're definitely going to be using just the default head for this cosmetic. And let's see here. And it comes with the elephant head, so we're exporting that. The bodies, exporting that. And I think it comes with an accessory. Where's it at? Yep, the patch, the little ass flap that hangs off the back is considered a separate accessory. And I think that's it for Clown. So we are going to minimize that. Take the UModel export, rename it to Elephant Clown. Cut, paste to the desktop, just so it's a lot easier for us to work with. And this is where we're going to start rigging them up. If you guys have seen my past streams, this is pretty self-explanatory. I've done this probably a million times. I may have to actually update Cat's plugin really quick, so if that's the case, then let me do that really quick. Oh, we got a candle that burnt out. Hex Rune is now on rank 2. That is only a level 2 hex right there. Hex Rune. That is a level 2 Hex Rune right there because one of the candles blew out. Alright, so I don't know if Cats needs to be updated. Let's see here. Settings and updates. Check for update. Alright, so we're up to date, so we're good. Okay, don't invert bone. Import PSK. Okay, so this comes to the fun part. Let's see. Elephant Clown. So we're going to be dealing with bodies first. Import the body here. Shade that smooth. Let's see. Import PSK. Now we're going to add in the head. I want to go back one more. I need to go back one more. Why is it not going back one more? Oh well, that works too. Whoa, we're not adding a T800 head. Wrong one. I hate this. This gets really annoying very fast. Elephant, game, characters, slashers, Guam, models, heads. There we go. Shade that smooth. So now we use cats to create a custom model. And my cat is being retarded. Merge all bones, apply transformations. Not going to necessarily join meshes just yet. Let's see, so we're going to use the, yep, that sounds right. Connect. Alright, let me just make sure that the armature is connected properly. Let's see here. Yep, we're in pose position. I always like to make sure that Cats does everything correctly. Oh, yep, as we see, we have an issue here. That looks terrible. What's going on here? Is it supposed to be like that? I mean, I haven't really attached the head yet, or the elephant head, but I don't think the neck was ever really meant to move much, so I think that's probably why I'm having some really wonky stuff. Yeah, because everything else otherwise looks fine. Yeah, I think I was just messing with something else. So if I move the torso, everything's moving correctly, so I think we're good there. Let me let my cat out really quick. Doctor's new cosmetic. I like the new menu music. It was something that they simply made. It's very basic sounding, but you know, it does its job and it sounds pretty great. I'm going to be including it in my Dead by iOS or Dead by Daylight iOS theme as far as like ringtones and stuff go. So if you guys want to select that as like your ringtone or your alarm, you'll be able to do that. I just need to edit the file. I have it on my computer. So yeah, we'll be doing that. Yeah. You want out? Alright, let's go. No, go. Alrighty. Hi, Santa. Yeah, Clown's secretly a T800. That's why you saw a T800 head there for a quick second. Okay, so now we got to import the elephant head part. So I believe, yeah, this has all of its, yeah, it has basically the same bone, so Cat's just going to clean this up for us really quick. Alright, let's make sure that this still works properly. Oh shit, there we go. Alright, cool, everything's still working as it should. So we pretty much already rigged up the model. There's not a whole lot. Oh wait, there is actually one more last thing, the little butt flap that he comes with, so we're gonna need that as well. Let me see here. Double check the head. Okay, so head doesn't have anything. So yeah, he does have that little yeah, this little ass flap right down here. Cat should already take care of this for us too, so we'll just go ahead and merge armatures and make sure that's shaded smooth. Honestly, I might not even really use the bones for this, and I'm actually probably going to use just a cloth dynamic instead of using the bones there for this, but I'm going to attach it to the model anyways. But I don't think I'm necessarily going to use the armature to get that to move properly. Yep, everything's moving as it should. Okay, and there we go. Clown is pretty much rigged up. Let me double check he's shaded smooth. Okay, the next thing that we have to do now is basically look at his textures here. How many textures has he got? Let's see, let's connect all these meshes really quick. It'll give me an idea of what it is I'm looking at. What is this material? Material 1, what is this? Something to do with his ears. It's kind of weird. We actually may... Okay, hold on. There's something that's kind of weird. It's probably like a shading fucking ambient occlusion type material or something that's not probably required. That only is required in the actual game, so we may have to delete that. So what we're going to actually do is... let's see. Where is this? Alright, material 01. What is this? What are you? Yeah, it seems like this is like some ambient occlusion type texture underneath the ears. We actually are going to delete this mesh because we don't really need it. It's unnecessary. That's why I was seeing some weird trippy coloring going on in there. And that also gets rid of that material. So, alright, we're going to now put these all back together. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Let me send a quick text really quick. Okay. Let me see here. I think now, yeah, so now what we have to do is recolor the texture here to white. We got to do this for every single one. I wonder if actually... Nah, it's still not going to let me select every single one, unfortunately. But we can just do this manually, that's fine. The reason why I make these white is because if you plug this into Unity, every single one of these textures is going to be kind of like a grayish white. And that's not really ideal, otherwise the color will look a little flushed out on the texture, that is. And so that's why we are making sure the texture of the material is just completely white and plain. So that's what we want. Okay. Now that that's done, our last little step here is we got to use Cat's plugin and make sure we fix the model. I guess we can join meshes. It's not going to really much matter. Actually, we're not going to do that just yet. In case that I wanted this flap to move separately, actually, what we're going to do... We're going to have to do by material again. I kind of went full retard for a second. So this piece right... Oh, why aren't you working? Damn, do I really have to separate you again by loose parts now? Well, that's no bueno. Okay, so this part we're going to call it cloth. And everything else we're going to join. Because this piece I'm going to have to tell it in Unity basically to create a cloth dynamic on this mesh alone to get it to do what I want it to do. Now I think we're good. Okay. Let's see. Now we're going to use cats here. Fix model. Oh, I made a no-no. It's not what I wanted to do. I keep clicking it. God damn it. Okay. click the cog. Make sure we keep upper chest bone here. Hell, I may have actually already fucked it up, but we're going to make sure that we have that upper chest bone. Don't click on fix model just yet. Make sure that you have these two selected and then click that. If you guys do ports, that is. Now we're going to fix the model. Okay, let's make sure that we have that upper chest bone here. Yep, there's the upper chest, one of them, yep, spine, belly. So that's going to be his little belly bone that makes his belly wiggle. I don't usually mess with this too much because even if you put dynamic bones on it, it doesn't really work too well in Unity, just the way that the engine works. So we'll see. Bro, I don't know if you've caught my last stream, but I've been complaining about that for the longest time. I've really wanted the Pretty Woman Leatherface licensed cosmetic. Again, I say this so many times. I don't know why they haven't already done it, considering they already have the license to the original 1974 Leatherface. I don't know why they haven't already done it, because, I mean, it's possible. They already have the license. Again, I'm not no lawmaker. I don't know how that shit works, but it should be pretty easy to acquire, to just ask them, hey, can we do this? And if they give it the green light, then they're able to do it. My guess is maybe they'll release something like that, because obviously everybody's been complaining about how Leatherface is very weak. We're probably going to be getting a rework of him pretty soon, is my guess, and so maybe we will see a cosmetic released with the rework with him, and that's probably what they're waiting on. That's my fingers crossed and my my assumption in any way. How would he be reworked? I have no idea, honestly. I think his movement speed would be probably the only way you could really fix him, because he's very slow, I guess, at catching people. I don't know. That's kind of hard because of the way his power-up ability is. It's something, maybe just add-ons needed to be reworked. That's something I would really, really have to do my research on to see how you can actually fix him. Maybe give him faster vaulting speed if he has like his chili add-on. Maybe that could help a little bit. I think that would actually be a great idea, just off the top of my head. So like if you have any of the chili add-ons, it would make him a little bit faster at vaulting over windows, even chainsawing pallets down quicker, that kind of stuff. Anything to speed up actions, I think, would probably greatly benefit Leatherface in that regard, because the thing that kills Leatherface are windows. Once people have vaulted over windows, or there's any sort of T-walls and things like that, then it becomes pretty much an unbearable mess to play as Leatherface. So that's my assumption in any way for a rework. I think that's a great start, is basically making any of the chili perks make them vault over windows a little bit quicker. Yeah, Quentin might get a cosmetic rework, maybe, because obviously they talked to the actor, or they wanted to make it happen. Sorry, let me get the cosmetic name for this really quick. I gotta look at my phone. They did say that they wanted to basically work something out to redo his face, because a lot of people don't like Quentin's face. I've never really had much of a problem with it. It does look a little off, but I'm fine with it. That's probably why they didn't actually get the original Freddy license, because obviously the cosmetics, the way Freddy actually looks based off of the 2010 film. So this outfit is called Mr. Puddles. So Mr. Puddles. Okay, so we renamed him. Make sure the armature. Oh, actually, I spelled that in the wrong location. We're just gonna call this body, actually. There we go. Okay, so now we just got to rescale him. I do have a rescaler here, so I just need to see what I would set him. So slashers are always going to be 0.098, or 0.0098, I should say. Let me see. Tools, item, no, miscellaneous. Fuck, where is it? Where is it? I think I need to be an object. There we go. Okay, it's an odd item. Okay, now that we've rescaled him down to an appropriate size, Now all we have to do is just save them now and plug them into Unity, and then we got to start the texture work, which is the most tedious part of basically rigging people. I think the texture work is very tedious, depending on how many textures each killer and survivor actually come with. And I think this guy is not going to be too bad, but there's about 3 textures for every 1 material that I have to do. Well, 2 technically, and it all just depends if they have alpha maps, all that kind of shit. So desktop, we're going to call this Clown Mr. Puddles, export FBX. Okay, we are now done with Blender in terms of the clown. I'm going to close that really quick. Now we're going to open up Unity here. Maybe you shouldn't actually just come with any weapon mallets. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Because I know my NECA figure that my fabulous girlfriend actually bought for me. This was actually my very first NECA figure that I purchased. Well, not I purchased, my girlfriend purchased for me, and this is what actually got me into owning NECA figures because of the horror scene. There's a lot of dust collected on this box because it's been on my shelf for quite a while. Look how much dust that shit has. So my girlfriend was the one that actually bought this for me, so I thank her very much for this because this is my favorite horror killer ever. And let me see what weapons he comes with because I kept them in the box. So he comes with a cleaver, some kind of bayonet, and a meat hook. So I could see him using maybe a cleaver, that's for sure. And don't forget this cosmetic too. The ant face, or the little mask that he has that makes him look kind of like a grandma, that he has a potential cosmetic for. But yeah, I think he could work with a meat cleaver. Hell, he could even use a meat hook. That would be pretty fucking cool too. To see as a cosmetic variant. Maybe you can release that with the pretty woman. Either that or the meat hook. But my guess is the cleaver would be the best guess, in my opinion. I honestly really think Leatherface should be the next to... Leatherface should definitely be the next one to be reworked. I don't even know why the fuck the clown got a rework. I don't think he never even needed a rework. That's my personal opinion. Don't know where the devs pulled that shit from. We all been screaming and yelling after Freddy got reworked that we all wanted Leatherface to be reworked because he was just too goddamn weak in terms of rank 5 through 1. But who knows? Honestly, I feel like we're very out of touch with the developers and the community, in my opinion, even though they like to claim that they're very open to the community. I don't think they very much listen too much, but that's my own personal opinion. I don't mean to shit talk, but lately I've been very frustrated with this game, even though I love it. Let me see here. Okay, so we have Unity booted up here. Here's all my other slashers that I've ported over with a few of their other cosmetics. So Clown, so we're going to plug his ass into Unity here. Okay, so here he is. Where is he? There he is. Our boy is not textured yet, so let's go ahead and change the lighting on him. You know what? I don't know. I may actually have to make... this trunk actually a cloth dynamic to get it to move as how I want it to. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. I don't know how the mesh is gonna react to it, but we're gonna create 2 separate FBX files, and I'm just gonna do a little trial here. Fuck. Oh shit. Where is... There we go. So what we gotta do is we actually got to create another mesh separation here. So loose parts, I'm hoping this trunk is loose. Okay, cool. The trunk is a loose part. So we're gonna actually call this trunk. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to not use the bones for the trunk, and I'm actually gonna have to set it as more like a dynamic bone here, or not a dynamic bone. Sorry, I can't fucking talk. A cloth dynamic, if you will. So I'm gonna pair all these meshes back up now. So now that we have the trunk separated, the cloth separated, the body, now we're gonna again separate this as an FBX again, but a separate FBX. So this one's gonna be just Mr. Puddles 2. We're gonna call this number 2, and we're gonna see how this fares. So we're gonna delete this one for now. And we're going to do somewhat of a trial and error here, because I need to see how this is going to react with the trunk and if I like it or not. Okay, so the trunk, we're going to add a cloth script. And that's always going to bound to be happening there when it just disappears. Oh yeah, okay, I've already read that. So blending stiffness 1, dampening, I think I usually keep that at 0.02. This one's 0.1. Now we have to, oh, I don't know why it always does that. It's so weird when it does this. We're probably gonna, let me see, selected, manipulate back faces. It's gonna take probably up to here maybe. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, that's right, because it always does this. Hold on. Usually if I press play and then go back to it, that usually fixes. Yeah, there we go. Now I can kind of modify it. So we're going to probably do it to right here maybe. Ow. Ow. Where's it at? I lost it again. Oh, there it is. So the trunk. I don't know. We're just gonna do that. We're gonna see how this fares with just those. I may actually have to clean it up a little bit, but max distance, and let's see how this reacts. Oh man, it looks like a soggy condom. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh my god. Oh, it doesn't look quite too right, but we're gonna. It literally looks like a soggy or a wet balloon, honestly. I don't know how I feel about that. It's not textured at the same time, so maybe I gotta texture him to really get a feel for this. But it looks like somebody just crushed his nose and his hopes and dreams. Ew, I don't know. We'll texture him up first, and we'll see how bad it looks, because obviously he's not textured, so I can't really get a really good representation of how that's gonna look. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so legacy apply. His head should already be textured based off of my first clown cosmetic. Yep. However, his normal map is a little off, so I may have to redo his normal map because you can see a crease. This was before I knew how to fix normal maps. So let me go to oh hell, what is the clown? GK. So GK stands for clown. So we got to go to GK head. So GK head. Here we go. So I got to boot up Photoshop and fix the normal map really quick. Alright, so we're going to Control I. Make it green. There we go. Save. And there we go. His face is now fixed. So that crease that you saw on his chin is now fixed. There's a lot of old avatars that I haven't actually fixed all of the normal maps on. I gotta go back and do. Hell, I think even these ones need to be redone. What is this one? Oh, that one's a ORM. Wrong one. I believe this one needs to be redone. Yep, so this one needs to be redone. Save. Yeah, for a while I was actually not doing the normal maps right. I thought if you can inverted the whole thing that it would actually I thought if you inverted the whole thing it would actually invert correctly, but it turns out that that actually doesn't do what you want it to do. So you actually just want to invert the green channel rather. In terms of basically converting the Unreal textures to work properly in Unity, that is. So, okay. So now we go into the fun part of the texturing of the actual costume here. And to do that, we basically got to use Photoshop for this. So, pretty easy. It's just very tedious because you got to do a whole lot. So GK head, yeah, we don't really need to fuck with that. So GK arms, height maps, we don't have to work with height maps. So GK arms, again, just like the head, we're just going to invert the green channel, save it. Okay, so that normal map's done. Now we do the ORM. So we're going to duplicate the green channel, invert it. That will give us our ambient occlusion. Image adjustments, channel mixer. I got to fart. This is going to be set to 0. Green is going to be 0. Red channel is going to be 100. Now we save that one. How's my totem doing, by the way? Oh, we lost another candle. You know what that means. Now it is Hex Ruin 1. It is not even a tier 2. It is a tier 1 now. So that is the shittiest tier hex that you can have as a ruin. Isn't that funny? Yep, that is basically what we're working on is Elephant Clown, because I know that is like one of the most anticipated cosmetics right now, so that's why I thought I'd do it. Yeah, I think the ant's head was basically its own just thing that he wore on top of the apron. So honestly, yeah, it could just be like the Michael Myers skin where he didn't get a new head, but he got a new body, so you could just give him a new head, and it'd be like 400 cells. That'd be cool, you know? Alright, which one did I just do? Arms is done? Okay, yeah, so the arms are done. Height maps we don't have to work with. This one does have an alpha file attached to it, so we do got to add that in. Okay, so duplicate this channel. Create a new channel. God, it's already been a while since I've done this. Image adjustments, levels. And then we just apply that. Ooh, there's something not right here. What in the hell is going on here? Okay, something's not going on here. I think I gotta redo this. I fucked something up. Yeah, I fucked something up. I gotta redo this. Let me see here. Head, alpha map. Yes. This channel needs to be duplicated. Click on the alpha channels. Here we go. Image adjustments, levels, all the way to the top. There we go. And then we delete the alpha map, and then we save this as a targa. Make it 32-bit. And there we go. Now we can delete the alpha map because we don't need that because it's already attached to the BC file. So now we can close that. Normal map. Again, just duplicating or inverting the green channel and saving it. There we go. The head ORM. Duplicating and inverting the green channel. And I don't know why there's a blue channel that is completely black, but that's interesting. Levels, no, not levels, sorry, channel mixer. I'm gonna set that to 0, green, 0, red, 100. Save that. There we are. How's my cat doing? I forget his name. Both of them are kicked out at the moment, but Claudia was hungry, but she's been fed more than enough today, and I kicked her out because she wanted out. Pee-Pee, the kind of retarded cat that basically likes to destroy everything and act a little ditzy, he is probably in his box sleeping right now. So both of them are out of my room right now. Let's see. Okay. Did I already do the head? Yeah, I think I did. Double check and make sure I did those. Okay, so the legs don't need a height map. Legs do have a normal map. Whoops, why did I do that? It's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Save. ORM. Channel mixer, 0, green, 0, red, 100. There we go. Torso height map, no height map for torso. Okay, legs are good. Now we do the normal map. Yeah, this shit can get really tedious for people. Honestly, I can see why a lot of people get bored of doing this type of stuff. This is why I actually had to take a break from doing it, because I just I really needed to, because I was doing this so much that it kind of burnt me out, because it's very repetitive. Because how you port over cosmetics is all the same, really. I still need to port over the ghost face original cosmetic. I did do it, but I actually haven't added them to my avatar map, and I should probably do that. I feel like I need to redo him though, just because I didn't get the name of the outfit, so I'm definitely gonna have to do that. Okay, so the torso is done. I think this is his weapon. It's kind of weird why his weapon would be in... Oh, it all falls under the same category, that's why. So we're going to invert that. Save it. ORM. Duplicate the green. That's inverted, right? Yep, that's inverted. Man, look at those weird-ass colors. Some neon shit. So any of the green is basically just going to be slightly highlighted, and anything in like this baby blue color is usually what's going to be shiny. This goes for like things like blood and things like that, or metallic look. So, okay. Now that the texturing is done, we're now going to put it into Unity. Okay, grab this, put it into the textures folder. Alright, so Clown is going to be textured up now. So this is what Clown is going to look like in Unity. We've already pretty much seen him rendered up in the actual engine, but we're going to get a better feel for him right here. Okay, so GK head. GK head. And then the metallic is going to be the ORM. Normal map. Oh no, he's missing his nose. GK head. His nose will reappear. Reappear and disappear a lot. Let me just actually see what that looks like right now. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about I don't know how I feel about a cloth dynamic for his nose. It just looks like it doesn't have stuffing inside of it. So I may actually have to use the dynamic bones instead, and I think that's what I'm going to do. However, we're going to reposition the nose. Yeah, we're gonna be repositioning the nose though, but yeah, it just looks like a wet condom or a soggy balloon or something, and I don't really like that. So we're not gonna be using this FBX, and we're actually gonna be using just the one that uses the just the original body as well as that little butt flap. That's all we're gonna be using. Okay, let's go ahead and texture up the rest of them here. So GK arms. Oh shit. Hold on before we do that. Alright. Alright. Okay. GK arms. Normal. Okay, its arms are now rigged up there as far as texturing. Okay, GK torso. Let's see, which one would be his torso? There it is. Alright, there is his torso. So remember while I was telling you that light blue color and stuff makes blood shiny. So as you can see, the blood is shiny as it would kind of replicate in the engine. Oh, his head, forgot about that. So his head actually has an alpha map applied to it. So I need to go back to GK head and set this to cutout. And there we go. Now that will be cut out. So that's why I had to apply that alpha map there so you can see that. Kind of looks like the stitching is kind of ripped out. I think that's what that's supposed to emulate. Soggy nose. Yes, he definitely had a soggy nose before I changed that. Okay. Now we got to do the legs here. So GK legs. And there we go. Clown is fully... Ew, what's going on here? Ew, why is that missing? It's got like a triangle cut out of the mesh. Why is that like that? Was that always like that in Blender? Yes, it was. That's very interesting. I don't know why that is. It's like, I think this might be an error. I wonder if we'll actually see that in game. It's missing a vertice. I think I can actually fix that on my end. I might actually be able to fill that. Although I'm not really good with vertices, I don't know how I would actually join that. Connect vertice pairs? No. Okay. Let's try path. No. I'm not really good at how to join vertices. I'm trying to see how you would fill this. It's been a while since I've done this. New edge face. Oh, there we go. That's how you did it. That might have fixed it, but that's kind of weird why that was missing a vertice in the leg. I'm actually going to have to probably redo this again. So let me go ahead and re-export this now that I fixed that little boo-boo that I think the developers did. Either it was an export error or that was definitely a boo-boo on the developer side. Wouldn't be the first time I've seen boo-boos like that. A lot of the times, a lot of the developers, they make a lot of boo-boo errors in terms of the armature. Huntress, for example, her leg used to stretch back in the day for hitting pallets. And yeah, that looked pretty fucking awful. I think we fixed it though. Why you no work? Why you no work? There we go. Oh, wrong one. That's why. I may have fixed it. Let me double check. Yep, I fixed it. So, yeah, that vertice was definitely missing in the leg there, and I had managed to fix it. Any other vertices missing? Actually, looks like there might be another one missing within his crotch. Yes, there is another one missing in his crotch. What is going on, developers? Why are you doing this? Why do you have missing vertices? That is not quality. Where else are you missing vertices? That's got me curious, actually. I want to look in UModel really quick and see if that's actually fucked up like that. Because that's a really big no-no. Oh, well, fuck off. Why do you do this to me? There we go. Are you missing vertices there too? Wow, you're not missing vertices. Wait, no, you are. Yep, he's missing a vertice in his leg right here. That is a no-no. He's missing a vertice right there in his leg, same spot. And then he's also missing a vertice right here in his ass. Somewhat up in his ass. How do you miss that, honestly? How do you manage to miss that? Now I'm very curious as to see if it's like that in Dead by Daylight. I'm sorry, but I have to see this for myself. Yeah, I don't know. That's very interesting why that's like that. I'm actually booting up Dead by Daylight to actually check that out to see if it's an error that they made, because it could be U-model for all gods known. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, and I think it might just be a U-model error, but U-model's never had issues like that. The only time I get errors in U-model is texture errors. But that's a U-model thing, and I know it's a U-model thing, so I don't know. We're about to find out though. I mean, it's very easy to fix in terms of the developer side. I mean, you saw me and how I fixed it. It was literally just adding a face, a vertice face, and it already applies the aliasing mapping already applies to it. So, but yeah, I'm very curious to see if that's actually like that. Fuck, it is hard to tell because... Yep, nope, there it is. I see it. Yep, there's definitely a vertice missing there. Right there. You can see it where my mouse is. You can see it kind of highlights in there. I think the developers really missed that because it blends in so well. But yes, there is definitely a vertice missing here. I actually kind of want to take a picture of that. I don't know if I can't really move him to really show it, but the one in his ass is very hidden because I can't move the camera with him very well. But there is definitely a vertice missing in his leg right here. So I can't wait to expose that. That's pretty funny. I'm actually going to do a snip tool right now of that. I need to pull up my snippy tool. Let's see, snipping tool. There we go. Okay. We'll edit it. We'll edit it some other time. For right now, I'm just saving it. It's very funny though. So it's definitely not a U-model error like I thought. So Dead by Daylight definitely. What are you doing, developers? Get your shit together, please. I mean, they had like months to work on that cosmetic, and it's got a vertice error. That's so funny. So yeah, I definitely need to fix that one now myself. So I might even let Schemo know about that too, because I know he likes to do a lot of his renders, so he's going to have to add those vertices in there. So there we go. Fixed his ass vertice. Yeah, I'm definitely going to let Schemo know about that, because otherwise, I mean, it's so fucking minor. People are going to miss it, but again, you buy a cosmetic, just think about this. If you're going to buy this cosmetic, you expect quality. I mean, you spent fucking $10 goddamn on a cosmetic for a video game, for Christ's sakes. You expect that it's going to work properly, one, and it's going to look properly. And I just think that's really unacceptable, that you can miss something like that, because even I caught it by just texturing them. I mean, the Ghostface cosmetic, the original Ghostface cosmetic, I didn't buy him because his fucking cloth kept wanting to... the physics and his legs just kept colliding, and it just looked terrible. So yeah. Alright, so now we gotta delete him again and re-add him. Yay! You know what? No. Has his head got any missing fucking vertices too? Let's double check his head. I don't think so. No, I don't believe so. If there's any missing inside, I wouldn't be too anal about that, just because you don't actually really see that. Yeah, so it's basically just his body that's missing some vertices, so that's a big no-no. Call me anal all you want, but that's just kind of unacceptable if you pay $10 for a cosmetic. And you actually had to have the community fix it. Okay. Alright, so that leg vertice is fixed. Yep. His ass vertice, yep, there's fixed. Yes. Okay. Whew. Alright, so how to fix that there. Dead by Daylight, fix your game. I don't want a skins 99.9% complete. That's what I'm saying. I want them 100% complete, if not 110%. So, I'm actually going to put that in my Discord right now. Let me Photoshop it and put it in my Discord. Vertical? I don't know how do you spell vertice. I think it's... Oh, gotta use Mr. Google here. Vertice. Vertice? I think it's this. Vertice. Whoops, not shopping. Vertice Blender. Ah, I spelled it with 2 D's. Oh, so it's called a vertice. So T-I-C-E. Up the ass. There we go. And then we'll point an arrow to it. Or we could just create a yellow or a red circle. The fill, red. Wait, why is the stroke should not be that big? Why is it that big? There we go. We'll make it like 3 point. And let's see. I could probably post this on the forums too so they're aware of it. Otherwise, I'm probably the first to actually notice this because I'm the only one that does this kind of shit. Did that even change? I don't think it did. Should make it like a 5 point. Seriously, still not do it? Whoa, why did that get big? Man, sometimes Photoshop, man, I'm telling you, sometimes I can't even. Photoshop does some weird shit sometimes. I want this to be a 5 point. Enter. Bruh. Alright, we're just gonna create a new layer so it stops doing that. 5 points. Enter. Okay, I don't know why that's still not 10 points? Maybe 10 points supposed to be bigger? I don't know. God, I can't even. Can I even program? Create another layer. Make it 10 points. That line still looks way too goddamn small, but whatever, it works. I don't care. I'm not gonna keep fucking with it because that's not the purpose of this stream anyway. So let's make this a little bit smaller, maybe like 30 points. Hell, we could actually probably make this image a little bit smaller too. There we go. There we go. I got some funny mad emojis in my Discord too, so you can really just troll the shit out of it. Like, there you go. Matthew Cote just going like this. I think we did a pretty good job so far. Honestly, I agree. I spent $10 on the classic ghost face, and for like 4 weeks, and his arms was glitching out. Yeah, I heard his his little arm flappy pieces, I guess, get in the way of your vision. So I could see that being a really big issue. Again, I haven't spent the money on him to actually play that cosmetic. All I know is like I don't see the point in buying a cosmetic when his cloth just clips like a mad lad under his into his legs. That's not quality in my opinion. If they could just fix the physics a little bit on it, I think it would be a better cosmetic in that regard. All right, so Clown is pretty much rigged up. The last thing that we need to do, last few things in anyway, is I got to rig his armature up to work properly in Unity now. So to do that, I'm gonna go to humanoid, apply. Now we're gonna configure it. I guess we'll save it. So this one's gonna be Clown, Mr. Puddles. Avatars, Dead by Daylight, scenes, save. Oakley dokley, artichokely. Alright, so I always hate it when his fingers do that. So we got a sample bind pose. Raise up his arm. Let us see here. Probably like that. Okay. And let me see, because I think I got a few text messages really quick. Okay, back to the stream. Okay. So everything needs to be relatively in the green other than the finger ends. Those are the only things that we don't really need to make sure they're in the green. Because I don't know what it is with these Dead by Daylight models, but for whatever reason the armatures, their fingertips always like to flip inwards inside of the knuckle. I've never been able to fix that. Every time I do Blender, do it through Blender. There are some exceptional avatars where they don't do that, but for the most part, the majority of them actually do that. So it's very interesting. Let's see, bring up. Ew, I think that's a little too far up. Oh, the last candle burnt out on the hex. We have now lost our hex ruin. That's not good. That's no good. I'm getting really hungry and I don't know why. Some Jack in the Box sounds hella good right now. But like, not anything too gross from Jack in the Box. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Jack in the Box if you live in America. I don't know if they exist in other states, honestly. I don't know if I've ever seen one when I went to Arizona. I can't really recall. Their food is kind of be very basic with it. Don't get a lot of some of the shit from there. They have some good stuff, but for the most part, they're like the new fucking Taco Bell. They literally, anything that you eat from there will usually blow out your asshole, and that's why I don't usually eat there anymore. I try to eat, ironically, a lot of the times when I eat fast food, it's actually Taco Bell. I think they're the healthier fast food type choice in my opinion. You can't really go wrong with Taco Bell, and my asshole, you know, that was the big you'd always make fun of Taco Bell for them always blowing out your ass, but I've never actually had that happen to me every time I've eaten Taco Bell. I don't have that problem. But if I eat Carl's Jr., or if I eat Jack in the Box, yeah, I'll be on the shitter for a bit. Don't know what the fuck they put in their food, but yeah, it's pretty bad. It's probably like their oil or something. Alright, we're almost done rigging them up here. Whoops. Okay. Okay, so his hands and arms are all rigged up. I think this needs to be raised up a little bit more. That one could probably be raised just a tad. Okay, there we go. He's rigged up. The only thing is I need to delete the jawbone because we don't use that. Everything else could stay. Apply. And done. Okay. So, we're going to be using dynamic bones for his nose. I realize that now. We can't really use a cloth dynamic because his nose kind of just looks like it gets deflated and it doesn't really look very well. So what we're gonna do, we're actually just gonna reposition the bones ourselves to make it look somewhat decent here. Because obviously it's not gonna be jutting straight out like that. I mean, if you're playing the game, it's actually gonna kind of droop. So the trunk here, we're gonna move it a little bit. So it's got quite a few bones in it, I take it. Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a shit ton of fucking bones in there. There's literally like 8 bones, so we're going to have to kind of mess with these kind of individually to the best of our ability here. Kind of droop it ourselves. This probably needs to go down a little bit more. So I'm going to start from maybe not so much here, but mainly on 2, 3, 4 maybe, 5 not so much, 6 maybe right there, 7 maybe right there. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna look more something more along the lines like that, actually. So it's not going to be jutting straight out. That defies the laws of physics. So ultimate bacon cheeseburger from Jack in the Box. I used to eat those, actually. Again, I for the most part, I can't even eat most red meats burgers from fast food joints without me fucking blowing out my asshole. My uncle used to call it the pink slime meat that they put in most hamburger meat. I honestly, the only burgers that I can eat, but not always, that's not always the case, but the most burgers that I can only eat are like from like sit-in restaurants, like say Red Robin, Chili's, more family-oriented type sit-in restaurants. But like these fast food chains like Jack's, Carl's Jr. I love fucking Carl's Jr.'s burgers, especially the Western Bacon Cheeseburger. That one's like my fucking favorite. But they just destroy my asshole. I can't have them. If I'm going to be eating any of those types of burgers, I'm going to have to actually literally plan out my day and think about the decision that I'm about to make right now. Because I can't go anywhere because I'm going to be on the toilet for about at least a good 3 or 4 sessions. Jack in the Box's shakes are pretty good. Not gonna lie, Jack in the Box's shakes are definitely pretty damn good. They're not bad at all. So yeah, I would definitely go for their shakes. That's true. Okay, so we're gonna actually add the dynamic bones last. Dewlap. What is this? What's a dewlap? Oh, that's his gobble. That's his little gobble that he has. I never knew that actually has dynamic bones. That is hilarious. So his little gobble under his neck actually moves, apparently. I really have to see that in Dead by Daylight. I always knew his belly moved, but I never knew that his actual chin actually moves. That's funny. Okay, so we're going to add the dynamic bones last, actually, to that. Obviously, the ears are also going to have dynamic bones. I think the tongue also has a little bit of dynamic bones in there. But what we are going to do now, almost forgot, is his knife. So, the knife, I hope this is the last time I'm going to have to edit him, because I'm going to now create a new scene here. We got to import his knife. Oh, not an FPX, an PSK. I think this is like the one killer that actually has a armature in his weapon. Oh, aside from Plague and maybe a handful of others, but for the most part, they don't actually have an armature. So that's just what's kind of trippy. There it is. So we're we got to port over his knife because we got to use that for his triggers. So as you can see here, his knife actually has an armature. It's very interesting, but we don't actually need the armature. Shade smooth. We also need to rename this to, I think it's called Puddle Maker. And then we have to rescale this to 0.0098, just as the same size as him himself. And then we got to kind of reposition this knife a little bit because it is not very oriented very well because of the whole armature thing that we have going on here. Yeah, that's true. Maybe when he coughs, his little gobble moves. Maybe that's true. Let's see. Rotate. Oh, you know what? We also need to apply the transformation. So we'll just do that as 60 degrees maybe. Ew, was it negative 60? Oh, it's negative 60. Whoops. So negative 60 degrees. And then what we're going to do is tell this to transform. Set origin to geometry, geometry to origin. There we go. And I'm going to flip the knife up like that maybe. Good, solid 0 degrees maybe. 0, negative 180. Yeah, that looks about right. Raise it up a little bit. There we go. Good. Alright, so now we can save this. Because we don't need. Oh, and we need to make sure that the color of the material is all white. Alright, now we're going to save this as an FBX. We're going to call this Puddle Maker Desktop. There we go. All done. So now we're going to go into our clown folder here. Clown weapons, create a new one for this cosmetic specifically and call it Clown. Mr. Puddles. Okay, and then we'll put the Puddle Maker in there. Let me just make sure that I actually spelled that correctly. Yep, it's all one word. That's how it is in the game. I like to make everything look as kind of stock as much as possible. Let's see, materials, legacy, apply. Okay, there's our materials folder. So we've already pretty much textured them. We just need to basically grab these textures here, throw them in. So this is going to be the textures for the blade. Okay. Alright, and there we go. Now we have the Puddle Maker all good to go. Kind of seems a little big for him, but maybe that's just me. Okay, so it is now exported and put into Unity. So we're going to grab this and we are going to reposition it into his hand as best as we can. Somewhat close. Don't need to be 100% accurate with it, but close enough. Maybe like that. Yeah, that seems about right there. And then we'll edit it more as we go. So, really quick, I'm going to take a quick piss really quick. So, I'll be right back. I actually might find some food too because I'm really fucking fat and hungry. Behold. Behold, bitches, I have me a... Well, nothing really too exciting, but it's, well, it's stuffing. And I'm gonna put it in a tortilla. This just became a food channel, guys. You guys should all just unsubscribe right now. I'm, turning this into a food channel now. You guys ever seen that, like, Disney Dad? Disney, it's not a Disney channel, but it's like this guy that wears Mickey Mouse fucking ears, and he literally just stuffs his fucking face and looks just disgusting every time he tries doing it deliberately for views. That's what we're basically doing right now. That is exactly what we're doing. So I'm making a stuffing burrito. It's actually not too bad. All right. So we're basically going to put this into his right wrist here. ASMR time. Yep, pretty much ASMR time. Food porn. Okay. Now that that's done, we're basically going to call this puddle maker trigger. Okay, so this is going to be the trigger for him to pull out his knife. Man, this shit's so fucking easy. Oh fuck. I'm making a mess. Food porn. And before YouTube shuts down my channel. So what we have to do is we're going to hide this one. And we're going to create a trigger animation. It's going to call it puddle maker trigger. Let's see, save. And to make this easier, because you guys have probably seen me do this 1,000 times. Hold on. Savoring that. To make this a lot easier, what we're going to do, we're going to grab the clown, a clown that we've pretty much already worked with. Probably a fairly recent one. I think the last clown cosmetic I actually even did was the clown Carney Claws cosmetic. That was probably like the last clown that I've actually done. So this actually becomes a lot easier if we just take the animation from our previous ones that we have done. We're actually just going to unload this, but we're going to keep this because I'm going to need that later. And then what we do is we basically just copy and paste and boom bam dizzle his his arms, his fingers are already in the correct positions that I'm going to need them. Maybe I'll have to modify them just slightly, but because I've already got the triggers here pretty much set in stone. We are, however, going to need to grab the correct knife. Delicious. You want to know something funny? If you guys have ever been to Knott's Berry Farm in California, it was funny because I'm. If you guys actually know me in real life, I'm a complete fucking asshat of myself, and I just don't give a fuck of what the public thinks about me. I can just make myself be a complete just asshat, ass clown, whatever you want to call me. Give zero fucks, and I barked really fucking loud at Knott's Berry Farm where there's a bunch of fucking people, like just gnarly, just rancid and just disgusting, and everybody looked at me with disgusted faces, and I kind of just fucking laughed my ass off. And one guy in particular that was at a stand, he was like, "Oh, you sick fuck," and I was like, "Damn straight I am." Funny as shit, man. I got some stories. That was actually very recent. That was actually on New Year's Eve. Yeah, that was pretty fucking funny. Would do it again. Hold on, I gotta see a text really quick. Okay. Sorry, sending text as I am doing this. This is taking me a little bit slower than usual, but it usually always does because I'm very explanatory when I do this, in case people are wanting to be informed on how I do this. And so I'm not really boring just doing this without talking. Let me see. So we're going to reposition this knife. Yeah, this knife is definitely... His fingers are definitely going to have to move a little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to be kind of going back and forth and texting, so... But yeah, I love making a complete asshat out of myself. That's just my character. That's just who I am. Always enjoy making people laugh. Even when I'm 3 inches thick and shit. So we're going to bring up... There we go, it looks a little bit better. Actually, you know what? No, like, I mean, I don't know. This could be moved a little bit. Maybe that way. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe move it a little bit that way, maybe that way. Ooh, no, too much. Okay, now that's probably fine. That's probably in a good little position there. Okay, let me go back to texting really quick. If you mean by being multi-streamer, or is that a person? I'm not sure. Mukbang. I have no idea what any of that means. Maybe I'm not in the stream lingo here. Okay. Okay, so okay, something's not right. That pinky's way too far off. We'll probably just make it work. Actually, a lot of the times his pinky actually hangs out a little bit, so we could just kind of make that work. It's kind of like that a little bit. Ugh, God, it sucks having scoliosis. My fucking back is killing me trying to do this. Man, every time I work on my car, man, it hurts like a bitch. Please, self-loathe with me. Okay, so that thumb is... You know, I think I know what the problem is. I think this knife actually needs to be rotated backwards a little bit, maybe. Maybe like that, and I think that's probably what my issue is. Now, you have to reposition it a little bit. Sorry, I got hair in my mouth. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of looking a little bit better. Excuse me. Mukbang is an eating show. Maybe that's the same guy that I was talking about, like the Disney guy. Like there's this guy that wears Mickey Mouse ears and he's like a fat fuck, and he pretty much just does it for train wreck value on his channel, where he just stuffs his fucking face with food, like all these different foods, and he makes disgusting noises while he eats them. It's the funniest shit. Honestly, I give the guy props just because he's just doing him and doesn't give really any fucks. Is that too far in there? No, not really. That works. I don't know if I'll have to move his thumb too much. Maybe a little bit. There we go. Swiggity. There we go. And now his knife is in the, well, the best position that I could make it. That might be a little off, but I might just see how it looks in game and then just go from there as I stuff myself with more stuffing. Yeah, that guy is really weird if you ever watch his stuff. But whatever, he's got a niche for his channel. I can't knock him for it. Uh-oh. I think I just ate my hair. Okay. Where was I? So yeah, this is pretty, oh shit, we're gonna have to copy the new keyframes over though. Okay, delete these keyframes. And then we basically gotta copy the new ones over. Okay, there we go. And that is done. Puddle Maker is done. However, we do have to copy the transform positions to this knife that we have here, which I'll just quickly do. And how does that actually look? I'm curious. Yeah, it's not too bad, honestly. It might be straight, I'm just probably tripping, but we can now hide this one because we don't need it anymore. And now we have to add the trigger for throwing his bottle. So that'll be the next thing to do because he does have a secondary, and I've always liked to have that as a secondary little cosmetic that people can kind of use on the trigger pad. Delicious. Delicious. Okay, so that one's called the Afterpiece Tonic, which would be this little bottle right here. What I like to do is I like to position this as best as I can into his hand. Probably like a 90-degree angle. Let's see here. Probably like right there. It's probably good enough. And then we have to put this into the left hand. Like so. And then we are going to duplicate this one, and we are going to call it Afterpiece Tonic Trigger, I guess. Is that how I labeled it here? I think I did. As it takes forever to load. Yep, same thing. Okay. We are going to copy the animation for this one as well. Fuck. That might be a problem. Maybe not. We could always just delete those ones, and we could probably add. Excuse me. We could probably delete the right ones, and we can carry over the ones that we have actually from the Puddle Maker trigger. We could probably do that. So this all probably sounds foreign as fuck to everybody, but in my mind it makes sense. So we're gonna copy this one. We no longer need this one anymore. We're gonna hide this one. Create animation. Tonic trigger. Sound like the boomer from Left 4 Dead. So you delete these. So the right ones are what we're gonna delete. So any of the right animations we're deleting. I think. Oops, no. I think I can carry those over and place them. Fuck yeah, it worked. Okay, I didn't think that was gonna work, but it did. So, ooh, it's in pretty much a really good position too. So now we just gotta kind of reposition a little bit. Actually, if anything, they do kind of be. Feels like that bottle is a little bit bigger. I think these are the old animations. I probably used these thinking that this was for like the old model that I had. So I do actually probably have to modify these ones too, which kind of sucks. But still in a pretty good spot for it. I just need to, well, you know, move. There we go. Just need to move it just a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to reposition the bottle a little bit too, just a tad. Oops. Let's try that. Yeah, I guess it kind of works. Yeah, I guess that kind of works. Whatever. Let me check phone really quick. Yep. Having long hair, you always... You know, actually, I have a funny story after I text. I'll give you a funny story about having long hair. And I don't know if this is just me, but... Or if it's also for females, too, but I have this problem all the time with long hair. Okay. So I don't know if anybody has this issue too, but I find that, sorry, my back's hurting. I find that every time I take a shower and then I go to take a piss, maybe like I don't know, a few hours later after I take a shower, I always find long hair on my penis. Is that just me? Or maybe that's a little too much information out there, but I'm a very open person and I always manage to find hair down there. Like long hair strands, and I always think, like before I get out of the shower, I always try to check myself to make sure I don't have any hair in my ass that has probably fallen down my back, you know, and all that kind of shit. But I always have hair in my private parts every time I go to take a piss. It's very annoying. I don't know if I'm like the only one that has that issue, but yeah, when you have long hair, I don't know if females have that issue, but yeah, it's annoying. I love rubbery stuffing. It's like gelatinous, but it tastes great. Alright, this animation's pretty much almost done. Other than a few things still need to move a little bit. Okay, that's totally different one. Ooh, I think I fucked something. Oh, nope, 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 nope. I'm fucking it up. I'm looking for the ring. That one can kind of go out like that. Looking for the ring. There it is, the ring finger. There, perfect. Okay, so that's all good to go. So the afterpiece tonic is good. Actually, it's not good. There's one last thing I need to do. So the puddle maker is obviously there, but we need to make sure that the afterpiece tonic one is also set to active. So otherwise it will not appear. Afterpiece active. There we go. So, woof, damn it, wrong one. Jesus Christ. I got the wrong one. Time to go back. There it is. Afterpiece tonic, set as active. There we go. Now we're good to go. No weird animations. Nope, nope, that looks good. Alright, we're pretty much wrapping this up. Let's go ahead and make sure. So we're going to add a audio cue on him. Every time he pulls out the... Oops, wrong one. Every time he pulls out the afterpiece tonic, he's going to play an audio cue that makes him laugh. So yeah, here's clown laugh, clown wheeze. So this one's not going to loop. We're going to set the volume to 0.5. That's usually a pretty safe level. Hide the afterpiece tonic. And then we're also going to hide the puddle maker. And then the actual clown here, we're going to add an audio cue as well. Clown wheeze, because he always likes to wheeze a lot. This one's going to loop. Volume's going to be 0.5. Let's see, descriptor, no, what the fuck, avatar, there we go, descriptor. We usually want to set this to like 0.95, because he has quite a tall head. I don't know, where'd that circle go? Okay, there it is. So maybe actually 8.5, maybe? Yep, 8.5 looks like a safe place. And actually, you know what, we're probably going to leave that at 0.5. No. 2? Yeah. Just because of the cosmetic. Well, I haven't had that problem ever, but I find hairballs everywhere. Are you talking about hairballs meaning your pubic hair? Yeah, I always had that problem. So I'm assuming you are also a person that has long hair. Yeah, I always had that problem where like I shed hair like a lot. I hope to God I'm not going bald, losing my hair and shit. I've had long hair since I was in 7th grade, and I'm now 24. Yeah, I always have that issue where my hair is always on my no-no areas, and that has to be because I shed a lot when I'm in the shower. I'm shedding. It's pretty fucking annoying. Okay. So the last thing that we need to do before we actually publish this guy, well, one, we also need to add the dynamic bones before I forget. Let's see, right shoulder, neck. Okay, so these trunk bones, I think the only ones that I'm actually going to give dynamic bones to. Let me see, what is this one? I don't think we're going to make that one move too much. Yeah, we're going to probably make it move up to about there. So dynamic bones. Usually we put this at 0.5 and 0.9. There's the roots. Okay, and let's go ahead and press play on that, just to get a feel for that. Yeah, I'd say that looks pretty good. It's probably gonna go through his head though. Not too much. Not too much. It's not that bad, honestly. So we'll probably leave it like that. Nom nom. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add dynamic bones to the tongue. How many bones are there on this thing? It's quite a lot, actually. I don't think, yeah, we're not gonna add 1 to 1, but we're gonna add them to 2 and 3. VR chat is not gonna like me adding all these dynamic bones, but fuck you, I don't care. Way I see it, if you have a VR headset, you should be able to handle this no problem. You obviously have the hardware for it, anyway. Let me see how that's gonna work out now. That's so cool. Look at his tongue. It's all jiggly. I love it. I love it. I fucking love it. It's coming along. It's coming along. Let's see. His ears also need to move, so which one would be his ears? I know they had bones on the ears. Cheekbone. Elephant head. Let me just see what this. Oops. Yeah, interesting. I could have. You know what? I wonder if they added dynamic bones to the actual elephant head, or maybe I fucked something up. And that's gonna really suck because I don't really want to go back. But I wonder if it accidentally deleted some bones and I didn't actually pay attention to that. See, this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about when I run into issues like this. Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm not even seeing any bones in there. Something happened. Okay, you know what? Let me just see if that. I'm pretty sure they came with bones. I could have even remembered that it did too. But let me just re-import that head just to be double sure. Huh, no it didn't. It actually did not come with any bones in the ears. That's interesting. But as we saw in Dead by Daylight, these ears actually moved. I'm wondering if they use a different form of like a physics to them. And the only way that I could get those to move technically is if I did this. So you have a left ear and a right ear, or technically you could do actually join these, and you would basically add dynamic or a cloth dynamic to the ears, and the ears would move that way in that situation. But I didn't do that because I figured they had bones on them like a dumbass. So these ears aren't going to move in this version. I really don't want to have to go back and redo all this work that I just did, so we're just going to live with it. Maybe the ears are weighted down, who knows. But yeah, that would just take way too much time to have to redo that, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Yeah, I shed like a motherfucker, honestly. It's probably because I'm stressed the hell out, considering I'm an adult now. I have like hardly any money to myself because my car always eats it from me. So also, I'm going to school and I don't really get paid shit at my job, so welcome being an adult. All right. We are gonna add a cloth dynamic. We're gonna add a cloth dynamic to that little piece right here, though. This little cloth. We aren't gonna use the dynamic bones for that situation. So cloth. Whoops. There we go. Let's see. We'll just press play really quick. End it. There we are. There's not a whole lot of vertices on this thing, so we could probably just do that. There we go. Probably have to add a cap collider to keep it from colliding into the leg. That shouldn't be too bad to do. Yeah. Pretty cute. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a collider. That's the right leg. So create empty cap collider. Excuse me. Oh, delicious. Probably like that, maybe. Okay, so what we're gonna do, call this leg R cap, and then there we go, cloth. And so it's gonna add, we're gonna add one cap collider, and that's going to be the leg cap collider. I'm gonna press play. So it's still kind of phasing a little bit, so we're basically gonna edit it. There we go, we're getting somewhere. Ooh, a little too much there. Ew, yeah, that looks bad. Creating a seam there. Anything, I'm actually gonna have to probably rotate this in the direction that I need it to go in. That's not a problem though. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of fiddling. There we go. So we're gonna copy this position and then we'll paste it in here. Ew, what the hell? I don't know if I got the right ones. I don't think I did. What in the world? I wonder why I did that. Alright. Let me see here. I think it did that because I just need to edit this now. Like that, probably. That's probably as good as I'm gonna get it. Probably right there. So we're gonna copy the components there. Paste component values. And there we go. It is now done. We can hide this. And he is complete. Now we can pretty much upload him. Yay! That not only took about 2 hours to do, a lot longer than I actually expected it to. So, builder. How many errors do we got? Do I want to look at this? Ooh, overall performance is poor. I don't care. Skin mesh is 3. It's actually only 2. There's not 3. Why is there saying that there's 3? There's 2 skin meshes. Are you fucking retarded? Materials are 9, dynamic bones 9, total cloth vertices 64. Yeah, just a bunch of bullshit. Huh, it's already 11 o'clock and I thought this stream would end at 11. I still need to do Fang Min. Though Fang Min's not going to take nearly as long as this. This obviously had to take me a little bit longer because, you know, I had to basically do the triggers for him. Killers always take a long time to actually make somewhat decent in Unity because you have to do a bunch of triggers for them. You know, like pulling out their secondaries or their weapons. So I'm gonna actually turn off my fan because it's getting a little cold in here now. That was a little fart. Excusez-moi. Mr. Puddles. Yep, that looks good. Alright, now we're in the process of uploading him to the VR chat servers. I will be uploading or updating my map tonight. I'm not actually going to stream me doing that, but he will be available, as well as the Fang Min. She will also be available on the avatar map tonight. I will also have I'll also be able to allow you to download them on my MediaFire account. So if you guys want to be able to download them on the MediaFire account and play with them yourself on Unity, you will definitely be able to do that as well. So just letting you guys know on that. I think after that too, I might work on Ghostface, and I'll also probably put the original Ghostface cosmetic on my map and really look at him and play with them. So if you guys actually want to play as the original Ghostface, and I'm going to actually try my very fucking best not to make sure that that cloth collides into his legs too much. I'm going to try my very best to make sure that it comes out looking quality. But I'm going to try my best at that. It's not a for sure. Either tonight or tomorrow I actually might work on a little bit on structuring my channel a little bit more in terms of my thumbnails. I'm thinking I have a kind of way to structure my thumbnails a little bit better, in terms of like when you guys see a thumbnail, you automatically know what thumbnail that corresponds to and what that video is going to be about. Kind of like what I'm taking the images from are from Dead by Daylight themselves, and how they have like a picture of a cog and it'll say like PTB or developer update or something like that, and I've pretty much edited the text out, and I'm going to be using those same types of images, maybe a little additional things on them, but you'll basically know what that thumbnail is going to be meaning, just based off the icon. The icon will just tell you like, oh, it means that I'm covering PTB stuff, or I'm covering I don't know, archive stuff. I also kind of wanted to create a little persona within the community, maybe just for the shits and giggles of it. Probably people are going to be like thinking it's fucking stupid, but I kind of do want to role play as a false fog whisperer, because I don't actually own the fog whisperer charm like people like Polyester do and things like that. I think it would be really funny because I didn't actually get one, obviously because I'm not big enough in Dead by Daylight. But I think it would be kind of funny to roleplay as one with like the entity's arms around the Fog Whisperer's head. I think that'd be a really funny idea. So I might actually kind of edit some images of the Fog Whisperer icon with the entity's arms around it, to kind of symbolize that I'm actually working for the entity instead. So that'd be kind of funny. Okay, so the Elephant Clown cosmetic is uploaded. He's good to go. And yeah, he's going to be on my avatar map very shortly. Like I said, I'm not going to stream me putting him on the avatar map. I'll do that after the stream's over, so you guys will be able to play around with him on the avatar map, but he is there now. Okay, next on the list here is now we got to do Fang Min, finally. You guys probably want to see Fang Min. So we're going to create a new scene for that, and we're going to remove this scene. And I'm going to create a new folder before I forget. And let me see, and call it weapons. Why can't I spell? Weapons. Let's see, we're going to make it Puddle Maker. I'm going to give it another one, the Afterpiece Tonic. And Severed Finger. I never actually made the Severed Finger a triggerable thing. I probably should have, but if you guys actually want to put it as a triggerable type item that comes out of them, you can do that. So I'll have to rip that from one of my Mediafire. Actually, I think I could just take that from here, actually. Yep, I can actually just take it from here. And I believe, yeah, it's this accessory, I believe, that it actually uses, but I'm probably, yeah, like I thought. I'm gonna have to redo this normal map really quick, because it uses these textures. I need to grab the ORM, actually, from that, too. It's shit I'll have to do later. But for now, we'll just grab these two. There's the Afterpiece Tonic as well. I may have to grab the ORM file for that. Did I actually change? No, I did not. I did not change it. Yeah, a lot of these normal maps are actually fucked up. I really needed to redo a lot of these because I realized how to actually properly convert normal maps now. I want to thank Mr. Balrog for that one. Sounds good. Rudy Toot Toot, partner. You're like the only one active in my stream. I love the dedication. I love you. I love you so much. I know I could be kind of boring to watch when I kind of do this shit, and that's why I'm just here for the ride, man. If anybody wants to talk, go for it. I'm motor mouth, man. I can talk about anything. Tell me what you want me to talk about, and I'll talk about it. I don't care. Politics, religion, don't care. YouTube might like it. Some of my viewers might not like it, but I'm not here to offend anybody. So let me see here. Okay, so the Fang Min cosmetics. Getting ahead of myself here. Elephant Clown, no. No. Severed Finger. And what was it? It was these ones. Yep, so that one's the Severed Finger one. Afterpiece Tonic. These ones. Okay, I didn't put the Afterpiece Tonic one in there though. Excuse me if I may. There we go. Puddle Maker. I gotta put the right textures in there. So what I'm doing is I'm basically just getting it ready for you guys to download it on your own end. Put the wrong one in there. So when you guys actually want to download this on my Mediafire account, it's pretty much ready to go. I just need to put it in a WinRAR and boom bam dizzle my nizzle. I need to get the head. GK head. 001, 001. Yep. So we're gonna need those as well. Okay, cool. Okay. Swiggity. Swiggity swooty. I'm coming in for your booty. Oh, farted. Okay. So we're now going to create a WinRAR archive. It's zipping up the files. delete this folder, and I can delete the clown folder. Okay, no longer need those files anymore because I have it in a WinRAR right here. I hope I did everything correctly. Let me just double check. Yep, Puddle Maker, Afterpiece Tonic. I just need to grab the ORM files to put in there. I probably should have waited to do that, but whatever. Oakley dokley, all good to go, all patched up. Now we're gonna do Fang Min. So I'm not ahead of myself anymore. So Fang Min, we got to go to characters here, campers, characters. It's gonna be under Feng. What kind of? It's gonna be 0010, obviously. So we're gonna basically copy all of these, export. Look at them bars go. My computer's not the fastest in the world, trust me. I actually want to upgrade my processor. I have an i7 6700, but it works. I mean, not slow. It doesn't underperform. Like, it still performs very well. You know what's funny? For the longest time, I used to have an i7 920. I think it was an i7 920, right? i7 920. Yep, the i7 920. So this was the first gen i7 processor. Hell, even people are doing like compare and contrast. I'm actually kind of curious to see this really quick. What is this? Okay, so you're basically this processor quite clearly bottlenecks in today's games now. But I mean, look at this motherfucker though. Like, it's still kicking quite a lot of ass. I mean, this GPU is not utilizing the full percentage, and that's why you're getting a huge bottleneck here, but you're still pulling 103 FPS. I'm assuming this is probably maxed out at 1080p, whereas, you know, if you have the i7 9700, you're utilizing the full amount of the GPU and you're getting 150 frames, but it's, you know what I mean, like, as long as if you're over that 60 FPS, it's not really going to make that much of a difference. So that's very, I mean, this processor is like literally like over 10 years old and it's still kicking ass. And I used to have an i7 920. Yeah, that little processor before I upgraded to an FX 8350. And then that processor I felt like downgraded me. But yeah, the i7 920 was a pretty ass-kicking i7 processor. Like, that thing just kicked everything out of the water. Nowadays, a lot of the trend is now people are going to AMD Ryzen processors because you cannot beat you just can't beat the price to performance ratio on that. I mean, I'm sorry, but Intel's done for now. I think the way now is going to be AMD processors, and I hope they continue to keep their processors at a low price, a reasonable price. Because that's the only thing that's making people buy their processors, because they're very cheap compared to Intel. So, but yeah, I'll definitely be going to a Ryzen processor, probably like an 8-core. It's probably overkill for most games nowadays, but future-proof, you know. I mean, it's not that much expensive. I think you can get an 8-core Ryzen processor for like $250. I mean, hell, $250 plus a new $100 motherboard. I've only spent $350 for a new CPU, technically. But yeah. Okay, so I think Feng, I think I'm forgetting the hair too. I need to do the hair and make sure she doesn't have any face accessories. Yep, right here. She does have a hairstyle there. Okay, that should be all the pieces that I need to do Fang Min. Fang Min, most survivors in any way, they have a lot of cosmetic pieces that you gotta tie together. That's the only complaint that I have with many of these characters, these cosmetics. They always have like a metric fuck ton of little accessories that you have to attach in Blender. So we're gonna cut that folder, paste it to the desktop. Let's see, Blender. Okay, we're going to create a new scene. Excuse me if I'm oh yeah. Baby. Let me check my messages really quick. Um, ugh, I don't look forward to rigging her up, but I must, because I did promise that I was going to do each and every single one. Well, Fang Min and the clown, in other words. So, don't invert bones. Fang Min. Campers. So we're going to probably start off with the head first. Nah, actually we're probably going to do torso first. So we're going to start off with the torso first. Oh, fuck me and call me Susie. I think I forgot her backpack. See, this is what I'm talking about. She has a lot of little accessories that I'm missing. No, I think I did actually. I think I did remember grabbing that one. Oh, well, time will tell, right? Fuck it. Okay, so import PSK. Yep, I did grab it. Okay, so I was tripping. I'm getting tired. That's probably why I'm tripping. So Feng, game, characters, campers, Feng, models, heads. I'm gonna attach the head. I'm gonna go over to cats here, our good old friend here. Custom model creation. Base is actually gonna be the torso. Cool. Okay. Now we're going to import the legs. Okay. Let's see. Cats. Torso. Okay, we're gonna make sure that this is actually rigged up properly here. So we don't want anything not rigged properly. Okay, the legs move with the torso. Torso moves. Head moves. So yeah, we're pretty much good to go here. There's one thing I do want to change before I do forget, because I know I will. So we're actually gonna call this FM Head 010. Oh fuck. And not 00, because we are dealing with the 010 cosmetic set, and her head is obviously not 00. That would be just her plain cosmetic. That's why I renamed the material as such, because we're using the default head to basically attach the right texture to, because it's using the default mesh. There's nothing new about her head. It's going to be using the same head mesh. The only difference is it's going to be applying the 010 texture, and that's why I renamed it as such. Yeah. So let me double check this really quick. Oakley dokley, already chokey. So now we gotta attach all the little accessory bullshit to her. We can start off with these charms, I guess. Let's see, cats. Okay, that's attached. I think now we have to do the backpack. Okay, that's attached properly. Now we gotta do her hair. I'm really curious to know if this mask actually detaches. I'm gonna find that out right now, actually. Ooh, something tells me there's a lot of loose parts for this. Holy shit. Oh my Jesus, there's a lot of loose parts in here. What did I do? I don't even know if I'll... You know what, actually, let me try something. Let me see if this actually has a material rather than doing that by loose parts, because that would take fucking forever. Oh, well, what do you know? It does. I was going to try doing that as loose parts, and there was just way too much to work with. Okay, so you technically you technically can actually take this mask off of her head, but the problem is they didn't add any hair underneath the mask, as you can see here. That would look very awful. It would look like she has a giant fucking bald spot on her head. If you wanted to say take this mask and make it a wearable mask, I'm actually kind of curious just to kind of get a feel for it and see what it would actually look like if we turned it around. And I'm just very curious what it would look like. Oh boy. We're obviously going to go back, but it would look something like this. Probably be raised up a little higher, like right here. That'd be kind of cool if they actually added the mask to her, but they didn't, so pretty cool, whatever. I just actually really was curious as to how that would actually look on her face, but I'm not gonna do it because they didn't add any mesh to her hair underneath the mask, so there's like really no point in making a wearable mask because her hair is just fucked up. You would have to use a different hair mesh on top of the mask if you wanted to do something like that. So, let me see here. Cats merge. Excuse me. Okay, so that's merged. Let me just make sure everything's good here. Ooh, no, we got a problem here. Why is the hair all jacked up? Time to go back. The hair may need to be added separately. Is this the hair one? Yeah. It's very interesting. What is this bone here? That's the mask jaw. This one's the head. Very interesting. Yeah, so the hair's not weight painted correctly, so I was afraid of something like that happening, and if that does that, we may actually have to start all over, just so I can see what it is that's actually causing that. I may actually have to parent the bones manually if that's the case, and Cats isn't going to do it for us, but I'm going to try something here. Usually when I run into issues like that, what I usually like to do is I usually import the hair first. So we'll import the hair first, and then we're going to import the head next, and then we're going to tell the head to basically pair up with the hair as the armature that we're working with, and sometimes it fixes issues like that. It's a matter of how you're parenting shit correctly. Okay, so yes. Okay, that might have fixed it. We fixed it, but now we have a new problem. It's a simple fix, but so now we got to tell this guy keep an offset, and we got to tell this one to this one to keep an offset. There we go. That's some manual parenting I was doing there. Shit, now I gotta fix the rotations. There we go. I fixed it. Yeah, it's just a weird parenting issue. Now what we'll do is we'll do the torso next. This may or may not cause issues with something else though, so now we're gonna import the legs. No, I never sleep. Sleep is for the weak. Bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be going to sleep pretty soon, actually. I'm getting pretty tired. But I promised I would actually get her ported over, so that's what we're doing. Merge. Now we gotta make sure these work properly. Okay, that's working properly. That's not parented properly. That's an easy fix though. So as you saw there, the torso's not moving with this bone up here. You can easily fix that. You're gonna tell this bone and that bone, and you're gonna tell it to keep an offset, and that will fix that permanently. Like so. There we go. See? Fixed. Okay. Now the next thing import is the charms. This will be an easy fix. Merge. PSK. Okay, now we just gotta add the backpack and we should be good to go. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. It takes a long time when you have all these additional little accessories and shit. Okay, everything should work now, I think. Yep, backpack's moving properly with that. Let's see, damn it. Yep, the charms move with the legs, good, good. And all these little additional bones on the backpack will move individually too. So, yep, this is now pretty much completed in terms of rig. Rig is now completely put together. However, all these need to be joined so I can just shade smooth everything. There we go. Trying to see if there's anything though that might have a cloth dynamic, and I don't think it does, so we may not have to. I farted. I may not have to add any cloth dynamic. Yeah, we look pretty good. Okay, so let's look at what we got here. So head 00 is actually going to be, again, we're going to call this head 010 actually. And that should be the only thing that we actually have to mess with. I need to see what hair texture file actually goes with Feng's head though. I need to see what texture I can actually pull from her. Oh god, for fuck's sake, I always hate it when it does that. I believe this is actually black, it's not brown. I have to double check. But I believe this isn't actually brown. Well, maybe it is because showing that it's actually a 010 BC file. So I could be completely wrong and it actually is brown, but I don't remember it being brown. Yeah. Yep, fart. Okay, have fun. Double wubble. I don't remember if this hair was actually brown. I believe it was actually black. Oh wait, I can double check this actually without having to boot up Dead by. Oh fuck it, booted up Dead by Daylight. Damn it. I don't have to boot up Dead by Daylight to find that out. Actually, I could just look at the customization options. I'm gonna have to fucking alt tab that. Okay, it is actually brown, so I was right. I thought it was black though. God damn it. Hold on, now I gotta alt F4 this shit. Give me a second. Alt F4, quit. Okay. Okay, so we now know that this hair actually is brown, so. This bitch has a lot of materials to work with. She also has a lot of dynamic bones. Considering this is going to take me still a little while to actually rig up into Unity, I probably might not put the new Ghostface cosmetic, the original one, on my map when I update it tonight. I probably will do that tomorrow, only because I want to get some sleep tonight. So expect him to come out tomorrow on the avatar map and not probably today, but I will try to make it a point to do it first thing tomorrow morning. Okay, so that's all good to go. Let's go to cats. Fix model. Okay. So this cosmetic was called Demon Slayer, I believe. Yeah, so Fang. Oh shit. So Fang Demon Slayer. So that's what this cosmetic is called. I'm always putting it in the wrong spot. And females, they're typically about 0.0118 in terms of height. PSK, no, item view, there we go. Okay, she is now pretty much rigged and ready to go. I should still make sure that her head and her hair doesn't have any weight paint issues. Otherwise, that would be all bad. Nope, looks good. Okay. Okay, so now we just basically have to save this now. Okay, time to go over to the campers here. Demon Slayer. Now for the fun part. You know what that is. Time to start texturing. So save scene, I'm just going to do it ahead of time. Okay, so start, we got to start texturing again. Wonder why there's it's a gradient map. Not sure why it needed a gradient map. Some engine related stuff, no doubt. Hair diffuse map. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. Invert this. ORM. Yeah, it is getting pretty late, but I did make a promise that I would get this finished tonight. So there's no sleep for me until this is done, so I'm going to be streaming until this is finished. I like to stay true with getting things done when I say I'm going to do them. That's why I said I'm probably not going to do Ghostface tonight, because I'm just getting a little tired now. But I will definitely try to have him first thing tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'm streaming right now, man. Sorry, missed your text there. I started streaming at about 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. It's now 11:30 now. I was expecting to actually be done by 11, but it took me a little bit longer than I had actually expected. So it is what it is, though. So diffuse. Diffuse is almost like an alpha, but we don't need diffuse files. Ugh. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so this is going to be her head texture. Only, why is that called 00? We don't necessarily need the 00 in there. Let's call it as such. There we go. Yep, it's taken me quite a while, I do say. What are my opinions on the ruin changes? I don't really know because I haven't really played PTB much on the new Hex. I can't really say much about it because I haven't really used it. A lot of people are saying it's nerfed into the ground. In my opinion, it pretty much means the same. I think it pretty much is nerfed now. A lot of people are thinking they're making way probably for some more regression type perks, and that's probably why they had to make a balancing change to Hex Ruin, because they're probably going to implement something like another Pop Goes the Weasel type perk or something like that. I don't really know, but in my opinion, it's kind of pointless to have now because skill checks are still going to allow it to progress rather than regress if they hit the good spot on it. So Hex Ruin is pretty much a pointless perk now. Just making more things survivor favored, as always. I mean, killers are always in 3 inches thick and shit. And Hex Ruin was definitely one of those must-have perks. Depending on who you were playing, not necessarily you had to have it for, say, Hillbilly or Nurse, sometimes Nurse, before her nerf, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about it because I haven't really played too much with it, but in my opinion, I pretty much think it's like what everybody else is thinking, and it's pretty much nerfed and a pointless perk to have now. Oops, wrong one. Okay, so I've pretty much retextured or basically converted it to work with Unity now. So now we're going to plug this into Unity by putting this into the Textures folder. What did I have a miscellaneous folder in here for? I'll have to check that out really quick. I don't remember ever having a miscellaneous folder in the campers folder. Ugh. Sleepy. Christmas? Oh, okay, I see now. I don't actually need this anymore. It's to basically showcase the Christmas sweater cosmetic, because I know a lot of people were wanting to see that on my channel, so I did that in the community tab a while back. Okay, so let's see here. Where is okay, so FM accessory. FM accessory. It just all depended, honestly. Hex Ruin could be a really useful perk, and at the same time, it can't really be a really good useful perk if it spawns on their side of the map, and that allows them to basically destroy it within an instant. It was all very situational, but for the most part, Hex Ruin did its job, I think, in my opinion. It was definitely a must-have perk, in my opinion. But like I said, they've pretty much made that null now, and so you don't really... It's not a viable option to use anymore. So I don't know what a lot of killers are going to be using now. I've still always used Pop Goes the Weasel, and Pop Goes the Weasel with Overcharge is still a relatively decent perk, in my opinion. So I think a lot of people will probably just resort to using Pop Goes the Weasel and Overcharge probably, but I could be completely wrong. I wonder which one's FM hair accessory. I need to see what that one is. What the fuck? That's interesting. I wonder if that's a material that I can actually probably just get rid of. Yeah, I think that's a material that I can actually probably get rid of in... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see. It was for the little charm on the back. Okay. Never mind. That is definitely going to be a material that we're going to need, so I'm going to have to redo that. I see now. I'm going to see if that actually has a alpha map or not. I don't think it does, but we're going to double check just to make sure. Okay, so it quite clearly does. It pretty much uses the same alpha map. We could probably really realistically just pull that back out. So we're actually going to apply that to the same texture, I believe, right? Yeah, so we're applying that to the same one. Let's see here. You learn something new every day, son. Boom, fixed. How we're gonna fix that now, though? FM hair. Gotta find the right one. This one. So this is the one that we're gonna delete. There we go. Fixed it. All right, so now I didn't know that that had to have an alpha map, so that's why I did what I did. Did I not? I don't think I added it. There we go. FM hair accessory, which is this one. Cut out, two-sided shader. There we go. That's better. FM hair. Boom. Yeah, that looks a hell of a lot better. Okay, so I figured out what it was. All right, FM head. Okay, so there's her head there. Okay, and there's her mask on her head. Her mask on her head is now complete. Oh, never noticed, but the jaw is actually broken on the mask. Maybe that's why it dangles like it does in game. That does not look quite right. Oh, it's FM Torso 001. I don't even think I have that. No, I do not. That is gonna have to come later. So I actually don't have that, but we can quickly make that. So this is the one that she's gonna be using. More texture editing work. There we go. So put that in the correct category. kind of interesting that they're gonna use those nails though. Let me do. Ah, shit! I've already closed it. I need to double check to make sure that that's the correct torso texture for hands though, because something tells me that's not correct. The color on her nails doesn't really add up to me. I'm just gonna double check her torso just to make sure though. Nope, that is definitely going to be a cyan colored. Okay. Just wanted to be sure. Let's see, FM torso 10. And there we have it. She's all textured up. Pretty simple. Other than that, it's tedious. So this is what it is going to look like. Very weird, very interesting. It's probably going to be the Lunar New Year stuff, so. Glad that's out of the way though. These cosmetics take a awfully long time to do. Okay, let's go ahead and rig her up really quick. Okay, so that's one complete. Okay, she's properly rigged up here, so hit done. Okay, the last things we need to really do is just add dynamic bones to her. I don't know what kind of things really move on here. So that'll move. I just add these two things moving. Yeah. Okay, that's added. I don't really know how I feel about moving this one. I think I might just leave that one stationary. Not sure what that little thing is. What is this? Yeah, I don't know what that does, so we're probably just gonna leave that alone. Let's see. Hips, spine, chest, upper chest, bag, tongue. Tongue? Oh, okay. The tongue to the backpack. Probably add dynamic bones to these two. Done. Add dynamic bones, probably the hair. Oh, I think that's this guy right here. So, more dynamic bones. We all love dynamic bones. Done. Now we gotta add to the head. How much hair, or is there anything that could move on her hair potentially? Quite a lot, actually. The thing is, dynamic bones gets, or VR chat gets really anal about how many dynamic bones I could really put on things. So I think we're just gonna do those. I don't want it getting mad at me. Okay, that's pretty much done. I don't think anything else could really jiggle on her, so I think that's gonna be it. Let me see what it looks like if we play it. Her hair is actually pretty fucking stiff, not gonna lie. Everything else moves pretty fluidly. Okay. I think that's good. So, Fang Min is done. We're gonna go ahead and save this. And we're gonna add an avatar descriptor. 0.85 12, and we're good to go here. Okay, we're going to build this. Yeah, of course you're gonna get anal over me because I put too many dynamic bones, but that's okay. Alright, gonna wait for this to build. So after this is uploaded, I'm going to end the stream after that. I will basically have both Fang Min as well as the new clown cosmetic. I will have both of them uploaded on my MediaFire account for you guys to download. So if you are interested, they will be there for you guys to download and play with yourself. They're already all rigged up and ready to go. The textures are already ready to go. You basically just have to do the plugging and playing and just rigging the armature to work properly in Unity, and that's it. It's nothing to it. So those of you that do play around with this already know what I'm talking about, and you don't really have to hear me blabber on about it. So give it a second. And after I put these on my avatar map and upload these to MediaFire, I'm definitely going to be heading to bed. So, yeah. Damn, I've already... Well, I could always just re-download it off of Discord. I want to save this because I actually want to post it on my community tab. I deleted it thinking I wasn't going to use it, but I'm going to reuse it now. It's been relaxing hearing your mouse clicks. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. You're going click, 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 click all over the place. But yeah, I need to get some sleep too, man. I might have another stream tomorrow of me doing the new Ghostface cosmetics. I could have been doing that a long time ago, but I took a break from doing a lot of this just because it was tiring me out. Fuck, it still tires me out. Just because, it's, like I said, it's very repetitive doing this over and over again. And I just needed to take a break from it, so... Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. It's pretty boring, just doing this, but I thought it was something to do and see who would come into the chat. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for dropping by. It is 12 a.m. right now, so actually, you know what, while this is uploading the file, it gives me a perfect opportunity to start making the folder for this. Okay. Alright, and there we go. Starting to zip the folder up so I can upload it to MediaFire. Ooh, oh, it's probably because of Photoshop. Let's see, don't save. Oh, still taking a second. Come on, come on, come on. You could do it, you could do it. There we go, complete. Alright. So, she is now uploaded onto my account. That's good. Okay. So, yep, that pretty much concludes this stream right now, guys. So, what I'm going to do off stream is I'm going to basically upload these to the avatar map. If you guys want to play around with them on the avatar map, you can go ahead and do that. I'm also going to basically put these on my MediaFire account. So I will basically have a community tab of the download links for you guys, as well as my Discord. If you guys aren't already in the Discord, you can join the Discord. Everybody's welcome to join it. It's free, it's open, it's in the link is already in the description below. So yeah, I will definitely see if I can do another live stream tomorrow of me doing Ghostface and rigging him up, just to kind of keep it going. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a good night. I'm gonna be fucking crashing because I'm getting hella tired right now. And yeah, I'll see you in the next stream, guys. Peace out, man.